They thought because I was just a daughter, I would inherit nothing but my father's grief.
Sign the papers, Tirzah. Girls don't run empires, they spend them.
I hope I can trust you.
You can.
My father taught me that justice isn't given, it's taken, and I'm taking everything back.
I didn't just sign the papers, Uncle. I bought the bank that holds your mortgage. You're a victim. I was only 10 when the world went dark. But my uncle, he brought his own light. At my father's funeral, I was drowning in grief. Then, I heard a sound that didn't belong. My uncle didn't come to mourn. He came to gloat. In a 1970 Million Porsche bought with my father's life.
He wore a $50,000 watch and a smile that told me everything was gone. He thought I was too young
Years
to
later, I
understand.
found out how deep his sickness went. He even put my father's face on a golden toilet, just to laugh
He thought
while
I'd
he
forget.
used it. But I grew up, and now, I'm the one coming for the inheritance. I was so angry when I saw my father's picture. He thought he was clever when he changed the contract. He forgot the most important clause.
The law said he owned my inheritance as long as the family house stood. So I decided
I
to
didn't
renovate.
just want him bankrupt. I wanted him homeless. I watched 100 years of family lies go up in smoke. With the house gone, the agreement was void. I didn't just burn a building. I burnt his future.
Fire department, attention!
He's calling the fire department. I'm calling his investors. Part 3 is where it gets expensive. He thought I was a fool, a quiet niece he could easily ignore. I played that part for 30 years to keep him blind. 30 years ago, I stole his gold before burning down his house. He was so blinded by his own ego, he didn't even notice it was missing, and I'm using it to buy his bank. I hired the best. For 3 decades, every transaction he made, every bribe he paid, I saw it all. He and his sons poured their fortune into a bank they thought they controlled. They didn't realize I was the one who bought the ink. Lol, we just getting started. He taught his sons to steal. I taught my children to own. He's calling for a bailout, but I'm the one who picks up the phone. The sons found a paper trail they weren't supposed to see. Before they could speak, I revealed their shadow escrow to the
He had a choice. Let the investors find out his sons were thieves, or send them away quietly. To save his pride, he signed their confession himself.
The world was told they traveled to Europe for a $1 trillion merger. In reality, they are sitting in a 6x9 cell, silenced by their own father's hand. He thinks he bought time. He doesn't realize he just removed the only 2 people who could have stopped me. Now, he's truly alone. Guards are gone. The gate is open. Now, I'm coming for the crown. Part 6, the total blackout.
My uncle spent 30 years building a mountain of gold. He looked at the numbers on his screen and felt like a god.
He thought the money was in the bank. He didn't realize my hacker had replaced his real accounts with a digital mirage. He called an emergency meeting. He's going to tell his investors he doesn't need them. He's going to try to buy them out with money that doesn't exist. He's walking into a graveyard. My uncle finally lost his mind. He stood before his investors bragging they did their millions anymore. He told them he was taking the business for himself. He thinks he's about to own the company. I'm about to show him he doesn't even own his chair. He laughed as he hit the buyout button. He wanted to watch their faces as he paid them off with money that didn't exist. The silence was deafening. In front of the most powerful people in the city, his empire vanished.
I walked in just as the realization hit him. He looked at me. I just handed him the real ledger, the Bitcoin wallet he'd been filling for me for 30.
You spent 30 years as my most productive employee. Thank you for the billions. I'm the boss now.
He thought the empty bank account was the worst part. Then I hit play. I showed the investors the fraud his sons committed with his signature. The investors didn't see a king anymore. They saw a criminal. Every document he signed to save his sons was actually his own confession. He looked at the door, hoping for a miracle. But the only people coming through that door were the ones I called, and he's finally going to meet his sons in a federal wing. As they led him away in silver chains, I took the seat he stole 50 years ago. I looked at the investors and told them, "The boss is here.
My father's debt is settled. The empire is clean. The long game is over.
I didn't give my daughters a kingdom. I gave them a battlefield. They think I'm being cold, but they don't realize the shadow that's coming for them. I taught them that a name is just a target. If they can't survive me, they won't survive the woman hiding in the dark, my uncle's daughter.
Meet Celine, my uncle's secret weapon. She doesn't want the money. She wants the one thing I can't replace, my children's future.
The war isn't over. It just changed faces. I told my girls, in this house, we don't bleed. We just collect debt. It's time.
The uncle is in a cell, but his blood is still thirsty. Part 1, the Viper's Return.
I
taught
am
my daughters
Tirzah to watch their enemies. I forgot to tell them to watch our friends. The man who built my digital fortress just handed the keys to the justice anymore. He wanted a bigger paycheck. Celine promised him half of my empire just to find the one weakness I hidden for 30. My girls were locked out. No bank accounts, no security, no identity. The traitor deleted our existence.
No! What now? This is why I trained you to be wolves. The system is dead. Now, we hunt the
We're off the
old-fashioned
grid. And when Tirzah goes dark, someone always bleeds. Part 4, the ghost hunt. We returned to the house where my father was broken. Celine was waiting inside. She thought she was home. She was just in a trap. My daughters moved through the halls like ghosts. Every guard that fell was a payment on a 50-year debt.
I found her in the study, trying to burn the only proof that this land belongs to me. She looked at me and laughed, saying if she couldn't have the Empire, realized that while she was playing with fire, my daughters were taking back the digital keys. I told her, your father stole a house. I've already deleted your existence.
The fire stayed cold, the Empire stayed mine, but the war isn't over until the last bloodline is settled.
I am Tirzah, and I never forget a debt.